What's up, guys? Well, yes, of course, we're in Minneapolis. This guy looked familiar. I know, I'm a little late to the game with this one. I was getting it ready, and I mean, the kids have been out of school since, I don't know, January 23rd or something like that with all this damn weather that can't make up its mind what it's going to do. Anyway, Alex Pretty, I know you already know about it, and they'll say, well, you should see the video of him kicking out the taillight before he was killed. Okay, so I went and pulled that video, and we're going to watch it now. And some pretty big 2A YouTubers are on here saying, well, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He shouldn't have had a gun. He had a gun at a protest. Yes, guess what? The Constitution says you can have a gun at a protest. Read the Second Amendment and tell me where it says you can have a gun unless you're at a protest. Anyway, we're going to watch this one because this is what apparently has led up to his killing. Anyway, we're going to watch this one. We're going to hear what some of the mouths have to say, and then we're going to watch what ultimately happens. Also, I'd like to note, 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button, it's free. Alex Pretty, he's going to kick out a taillight. Also, I'd like to note, in this video, he has a gun too. Why were they not threatened by it now, but they're threatened by it 2 weeks later? Here we go. I'll try to stop it to show the gun, but you can stop it later. Oh. Right there. He has a firearm. They're not threatened by the firearm now. Why were they threatened by it 2 weeks later? Right there. Firearm on his side. Clear as day. Nobody seems to be bothered by it. And whoever's got the camera, can we? Anyway, that goes on and they leave. So this is what the narrative they want to spin about him getting killed.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently.
All lies.
Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Crowd control measures were deployed to bring safety to the public and to law enforcement at the scene. And once again, I want to remind everybody that this situation and this tragedy did not have to happen. This individual showed up to impede a law enforcement operation and assaulted our
How do you know that? There's been zero investigation into it at this point.
officers. They responded according to their training and
They did not.
took action to defend the officer's life and those of the public around him. And I don't know of any peaceful protester that shows up with a gun and ammunition rather than a sign.
Where does the Second Amendment? So let me get this right. You can go out there and you can exercise your First Amendment all day long and not your Second Amendment? Explain that.
This is a violent riot when you have someone showing up with weapons and are using them to assault law enforcement.
Never did that. Next.
That has surfaced leading up to the fatal shooting of Alex Preddy. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky is here with the details. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Michael. This new video shows protesters and observers on the scene 6 minutes before the fatal shooting of Alex Preddy. Those protesters and observers sounded whistles as federal officers assembled by a donut shop to begin an immigration
Assembled by a donut shop. You can't make this up.
enforcement action.
And they were looking for one guy. They were waiting on one guy they were going to arrest. All those agents waiting on one guy they were going to arrest. And apparently Preddy and these other women got in the way.
See the officers prepare pepper spray in this video. Preddy arrived a few moments later and is seen holding a cell phone, seemingly to record the ICE operation. Shortly after he was shot and killed, Homeland Security investigations said the FBI arrived to collect evidence, including Preddy's phone and the gun he had a legal permit to carry. Officials have not said what's on Preddy's phone or whether it could help determine whether the officers reasonably believe they were under threat. Customs and Border Protection officers involved in the deadly shooting were wearing body cameras.
They're just pushing everybody around.
The agency says the footage is preserved, but it's unclear when or whether the public's going to see it. Minnesota state officials have
You know damn well they ain't gonna let the public see that.
asked a federal judge to order the preservation of all the evidence, saying they have serious concerns the Trump administration is capable of a thorough, transparent, and unbiased investigation.
I'm with them on that.
But the Justice Department argued, guys, that the courts should not be micromanaging.
Can I ask you a question? Why isn't it automatic that the body camera footage would eventually be released?
You'd think it would be. Here, though, the Trump administration has resisted cooperation with any investigation. And, George, remember that they've already drawn a conclusion that the shooting was justified.
Yeah,
So quickly they came to that conclusion. All right, thank you both.
Yeah, so quickly. Next.
Good morning, Robin. We took multiple videos, verified them, and then went frame by frame, and we have now a fuller picture
He's trying to help these ladies up, and they're just pushing him around.
of what occurred over just minutes when an initially non-violent encounter turned deadly and became yet another flashpoint in the nation's vigorous debate over immigration enforcement, the use of lethal force, and accountability. At least 3 minutes before Alex Preddy was shot and killed, he is seen at 8:58 a.m. Saturday holding his phone at a distance from immigration enforcement officers in an apparent attempt to record a nearby arrest. An eyewitness captured this video of Preddy filming the arrest. At no point does he appear to display a weapon. A minute later, Preddy appears to be using his phone to record two bystanders interacting with a federal officer before that officer is seen shoving one of them across the street.
Do not push them into the traffic!
Another camera angle shows the officer shove one of those individuals into Preddy. You can see the two holding on to each other. The confrontation escalates. Both of Preddy's hands are visible. One holds the phone, the other he held up seemingly to protect himself from pepper spray.
Whoa!
Preddy is seen being pepper sprayed. 3 officers grapple with him until he's taken down and held on the frozen pavement. Another group of officers then
Now, I think this is the one that's going to show it.
surrounds him. At 9:01, the federal officer in a gray jacket
And why does he decide to go to lethal when all these are hands-on?
emerges from the scrum with a
Right here. This one grabs the gun. He's going to take a couple steps. This arm's going to go up. He's going to look back and acknowledge that that hand goes up unless they clip it. But I know there's one in here that shows that. And my thought was, this being a P320, it likely discharged. When it discharged, these over here had the sympathetic gunfire and they just started shooting.
gun that appears to match the one Preddy had a permit to carry. Almost simultaneously, The first shot is fired. Officers step back. Within 5 seconds, 9 more shots, and soon after, the officer is heard. Preddy died at the scene. Now, almost immediately, the Trump administration declared the shooting justified. Homeland Security Secretary
They need to stop that. There hadn't even been an investigation yet.
Kristi Noem said Preddy assaulted officers and intended to kill law enforcement.
You saw the same video I saw. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
That's despite an eyewitness account filed under oath, Robin, contradicting the secretary's
And
version.
our own eyes seeing it for ourselves as well.
And before any investigation.
Yeah, right. What are the guidelines for deadly force, using deadly force?
The Department of Homeland Security does have its own policy saying a federal officer
No, it's all the same. It is reasonableness. You reasonably believe it's across the board.
should only use deadly force when there's a reasonable belief of an imminent threat and should stop firing once that threat is neutralized. Even gripping or displaying a firearm is not enough, according to the DHS policy, to invoke deadly force.
Okay, so another guy has come out with a video and he thinks he has a different idea of what has happened.
When federal agents shot and killed 37-year-old Alex Preddy in Minneapolis on Saturday, officials said he approached agents with a handgun intending to massacre them.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
This looks
Did not. They didn't even know he had a gun until they got him on the ground.
like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
But a Times analysis of video footage from the scene and the moments when 2 officers opened fire clearly contradict federal government statements. Preddy does not appear to pose a threat to agents. In fact, at several critical junctures, he's outnumbered and under their control. Here are the key moments that reveal what happened. We see Preddy walking about filming a group of protesters who are speaking with a federal agent. He's holding a cell phone in one hand. The other hand is empty. It's just over 30 seconds before the shooting when a protester is pushed to the ground. Preddy steps between her and the agent who'd shoved her, briefly putting his hand on the agent's waist. The agent pepper sprays Preddy's face. We can see Preddy is still holding his phone in one hand, while holding his other hand up to protect himself against the spray. Contrary to statements by federal officials, he's made no threatening movements towards agents. Preddy, who had a firearms permit, carries a gun holstered on his right hip, but he doesn't reach for it, and it appears agents are unaware the gun is even there.
But they were aware 2 weeks ago because there's no way they didn't see it.
He reaches toward the protester, apparently trying to help her up, while agents begin grabbing him from behind. He tries to pull away, and again, he makes no threatening movements towards the agents. But agents pull him backwards and force him to the ground. Then,
This one is going to get the gun. This is the video.
shots ring out.
And watch. Listen and watch. This one right here.
Then, shots ring out.
See his hand go up? He looks back and acknowledges that something just happened. My thought was, like I said, that being a P320, it likely went off. These heard it go off. Sympathetic gunfire. They start shooting. This guy seems to think something else has happened. Because you hear one random shot and then you hear all the other ones.
Now we'll slow things down so each moment is clear. Here is Preddy. Several agents are restraining him, and this is the Border Patrol agent who will shoot him first. This appears to be when agents first notice that Preddy is carrying a firearm and yell that he has a gun.
Then when it was secured, they should have said gun secured. Still, none of them have drawn their firearm. So they're hands on and he's going lethal. Why?
Watching the same moment from a different angle, the agent who first pepper sprayed Preddy beats him several times with the spray canister. We can see that both of Preddy's arms are pinned down by his head. This agent in gray reaches to remove Preddy's weapon from his hip. As this agent unholsters his gun, nudges the agent in gray out of the way,
How does he not see him get the gun?
and fires.
Now, he says you can see his arm recoil. I'm not sure about that.
Let's rewind and focus on the agent who shoots first. Just seconds before he fired, he was facing away from Preddy and focusing on an entirely different situation as he tries to spray a nearby woman with an irritant. The spray appears to malfunction, and the agent turns as he adjusts it. That's when someone yells that Preddy has a gun. And around 5 seconds after fully turning his attention toward Preddy, the agent draws his weapon and shoots.
What's his arm?
His arm visibly
I don't know.
recoils at the first shot. The firearm has clearly been removed from the scrum when the first shots are fired toward Preddy at close range. The officer who disarmed Preddy.
I still think that's
The firearm has clearly been
right here.
removed from the scrum when the
This- I
first
think this
shots
is
are
the one that
fired
went
toward
off.
Preddy at close
Watch
range.
it.
The
Bam,
officer
right there.
who disarmed Preddy can be seen reacting to the sound of the first shot, looking back toward the skirmish. The shooter was standing behind Preddy and not under direct threat, contradicting statements from Homeland Security officials that he fired defensive shots. He also has a vantage point to see the gun pulled from the scene, but it's unclear if he did, and whether he thought a weapon was still on Preddy. He then fires 3 more shots from behind Preddy, whose arms are down as he appears to brace himself against the pavement. In one hand, he still holds his phone, and in his other, his glasses. The agent in gray who removed Preddy's gun carries it across the street. Preddy is disarmed and falling to the ground. But the agent who first pepper sprayed Preddy and later beat him with a canister also pulls out his gun. From a distance, despite the fact that Preddy is lying motionless on the ground, these 2 agents fire 6 more shots. Neither is under threat.
What the fuck did you just do?
In total, the agents fire 10 shots in 5 seconds. After the shooting, an agent kneeling next to Preddy's body asks where the gun is.
I got the gun.
Showing that not all of the officers seemed to know the weapon had been removed. Agents appeared to begin giving medical aid. About 31 seconds elapsed from the time agents first physically engaged Preddy to the moment the last shot was fired.
Let me see. Something just dawned on me. I'm not sure if you can see it in this one or not. I think it's up too close, but there's a lady in a pink jacket that's recording from the sidewalk. I'm not sure you can see her in this one. But anyway, they were looking for her. They wanted to talk to her. And she wasn't feeling all that. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, like 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.